We're going to send funds, materials, whatever necessary to aid our people there. At the same time, there was a lot of groups all around the U.S., in particular in New York and out here on the western side, and in England as well, all over. And there was a need to centralize everyone because there wasn't a lot of communication going on. One group is doing this, one group is doing that, and there was a need to centralize. So there was a delegation that went to go see His Majesty when he was in exile in Bath. And among them was Phillips.
Delegation, where was the delegation coming from?
The delegation was coming from Harlem.
Okay.
And among them you had Sims, Savoy, and Phillips. And they told His Majesty, look, you have to do something. It's a lot of we over here who want to aid Ethiopia. We're being denied in part ways, and we need to be centralized. So at that point, you know, he listened to the delegation and he said, yes, something must be done. So he sent his physician and also cousin, Malachi Beyond, to come to New York, come to the West, America itself, and organize and help centralize we the black peoples of the world. Now what's so important with that is because when he first, this was not Malachi Beyond's first time in the West. He had already went to universities in the South, graduated from Harvard, married an African from this side.
So he went to school here?
He went to school here, and as an Ethiopian coming from a sovereign land, royal in stature, and principles, coming to a land seeing Africans being lynched, seeing people not having equal rights, having white only, colored only, and segregation and different things like that. He was a prime one to know the suffering of blacks on this side coming from where he was coming from. So His Majesty sent over Malachi Beyond, and Malachi Beyond helped to organize the Federation. And then on August 25th, 1937, the Federation was formed.
Okay. All right. Now, in your capacity as an international organizer, what are some of the things that you do as an organizer within the organization?
Yes, as the international organizer, my duty is to maintain, assist, and keep locals functioning, keep them working, help to build locals. That is my duty. And one ways that I do that is that anywhere that black people are anywhere in the world, and if they want to form a local, they would normally rise up themselves first. It's not like the local comes first before people are desirous to do something. You see, it's at that point where they're gathered together and they want to do something, and they know of the Federation and or know of its movements, and who are desiring to form a local. At that time, they would contact the HQ. In particular, they would ask the organizer to send them materials to form a local, the mission statements, the Constitution, you know, things of this nature, after they have that desirous to form and do some work, you see, do some particular work. So after they contact the HQ, and true indeed, they would like the organizer to come and assist them. The organizer then will go to their area and see the membership, see if they have the 25 members, especially for rising locals. If you're a rising local, you need 25 peoples who are desiring to form a local. And then at that time of the visit, the international organizer are like the eyes and the ears to the council. He or she reports back, yes, these members have XYZ members. They're desiring to form a local and aid and give some kind of, you know, program to the community, and in turn give some kind of program and assistance to the nation of black people, you see.
So your presence here in Hartford today is more or less in line with your duties as international organizer, to come and looking about Hartford local?
Yes. Yes.
Great, great. That's a very powerful and very positive work. Our president, our international president, perhaps you can inform some of our viewers as some of the present work that is going on for the organization, that perhaps some of the viewers and that are watching could strengthen and contribute to.
Give thanks, Amlak. This year, as finally as we've gotten past some of our difficulties or our sore spots, and we are one United Ethiopian World Federation with one headquarters, one central office. Some of the programs that we are working on, we're working on our UN status, our AU status. Also, we have an international trade program where we have locals all over the world, and as the international organizer said, uprising locals joining across the world so that we begin to trade with one another around the world. We're planning a international trade fair in Ghana, where we would like our brothers and sisters from around the world, in the Caribbean, also here in the Americas, and also our brothers and sisters on the continent, for us to come together and actually do trade and take care of our own business, do our own business. We're looking forward also to establishing our headquarters in Harlem again, and our convention will be held this year in Ethiopia, as well as we'll be having a program for African Liberation Day in St. Croix. So that's a few of our programs.
Sounds like a very full agenda. Yes. For the benefit of the viewers who are not aware of what AU stands for and what UN stands for, when you were speaking earlier about the status that you have with these organizations, could you expound to the viewers at home the significance of those?
Yes, we have a special status with the United Nations. With the United Nations. And as our Constitution says, it starts out by saying, we the black people of the world. So that means all black people. It doesn't mean Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Ghanaians, Nigerians. It means all black people. So when I say the AU, we mean the African Union. African Union. Yes, and we are applying for status there as well, as, like I said, we represent all black people. So we definitely need to be sitting on that as well. Whereas you have organizations like, say, the AU, that deals just with Africa. Whereas the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated deals with black people worldwide. So, you know, it's a larger body of people.
So it's a worldwide.
Worldwide. All black people. Whatever idiosyncrasies we may have gotten while we were out, or however, it's all black people, and that's what it's going to take to solve our situation.
And for just for the benefit of people who don't know, what are some of the aims of the organization, being that you've outlined what was the history, you know, that brought it into existence. You know, the aims and objects of the organization.
Yes, I. And the aims and objects can be found right in the Constitution. And if I can have some time, I'll even read right from the Constitution itself. This is the Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated Constitution and Bylaws. It opens up with the preamble, and it says...
Before you go into, not to cut you, but I don't want us to go too fast for some of our viewers, you know what I mean? Because we, as for example, like black people now, what we know about when we hear Constitution, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? When we hear about Constitution, what we typically are programmed to associate that was with the United States Constitution and stuff like that.